This week on Ain't Parker's Flesh and Blood.
Hey, we're hunting a piece of property that we used to lease the land next door.
I don't want my dad shooting anything over 120.
Perfect timing. We're right on that verge. That rut is about to bust wide open.
Some hunters are made, and some are born. Born into a legacy, passed down, not through fire and lead, not through stock and steel, but flesh and blood.
Every fall, about November, I'm ready to pack up the bow and head out to the Midwest. That is a great place to hunt.
You know, Missouri is a neat state because you can just buy a license over the counter. You can buy a gun tag, you can buy bow tags. Of course, I love to bow hunt, and early season Missouri, we're all about it. Hey, we're hunting a piece of property that we used to lease the land next door. We would see deer over here, but we never got to hunt over here. So we're hunting with Joe Reams with Blackbird Creek Outfitters. We're excited about this place.
And he has done his homework. He's got trail cam photos, sheds. This guy is on his game.
Man, that's cool. I've never seen this. That ain't real.
Yes, it is.
That is the biggest one I've ever seen.
I think she did.
We're hunting with Joe Ream. He's not just an outfitter, he's our good friend. He's a hoot to be around. He's got some good deer hunting ground, and he treats you right.
You got one like that for me?
I got some other pictures, but they're let's see what we got.
You know, my boys always accuse me, Billy and Hank Jr. both, I always get the best spot. Dad gets to pick.
I don't want my dad shooting anything over 120. He's got to be under. We don't want to drag a long way.
Hey,
It never fails. When we go somewhere, Dad always gets the honey hole. They're like, Hank this and Hank that, and your boys, I didn't know you had boys. You got sons? Oh, well, don't worry about them, Hank. We got a good spot for you.
Our first day in Missouri, and we're hunting out of a gun stand, really, like bow hunting. We're just kind of seeing how these deer coming across here migrating. They're just starting to rut a little bit, but we're really kind of hunting a food pattern more than we are a rutting pattern. So we're just kind of seeing how these deer filter out of these crops and how these food plots to go to the bedding area, try to get a bow shot. And of course, we're looking for a big buck to see where he's traveling. So first day in Missouri, first morning.
It's a great time to catch a deer cruising. This rut is just at that stage, so we're really trying to figure out where we've got our best vantage point to see a long distance. We're covering a lot of ground, we're hopping stands. I'm seeing a lot of deer, but I'm not seeing big mature deer, what I'm looking for.
We're set in for this afternoon, first afternoon in Missouri. It's fixing to start. It really hadn't got started good yet. Little bucks are chasing. but not serious chasing. You know, they just kind of play like they're chasing. The bucks are a lot more serious than the does are. Imagine that.
We're moving a lot, we're hunting the wind, we're rattling, we're hunting out of ground blinds, we're tree stands. We're doing everything we can to try to make something happen, and we're kind of musical chairs. We're just rotating based on the wind and areas that we think may have the potential of producing a big deer.
I will trade you 25 turkeys for one big buck.
And we're hitting it at perfect timing. We're right on that verge. That rut is about to bust wide open.
Well, I was amply told, reminded, and brought to my attention that I needed to bring chairs to this blind. And I can't say this is the first time, probably won't be the last, but I've forgotten the chairs and I'm sitting on the ground and my back hurts. And I hope I can hang out as long as possible. Because if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. And I'm not either, so should have brought my chairs.
Hey, you know, at Come Here Deer, they make an entire product line that will cover the whole hunting season.
I like to use liquid in pre-season scouting on into bow season.
Come Here Deer's powder is a great tool, especially if you're hunting over a big food plot and you want to bring them in the range.
Come Here Deer's 3-day harvest simply cannot be beat. Look for your favorite Come Here Deer at your local retailer.
The ultimate broadhead has arrived, the Schwacker. Field point accuracy. Quarter-inch shots, bring them on. Maximum cutting diameter. That's what you cut, that's what you get. That's why Schwacker is my broadhead.
For more than a quarter century, Mossy Oak has led the market with the most effective camouflage patterns ever designed. The launch of Breakup Infinity took that leadership to an entirely new level. 6 layers of depth, true-to-life detail, and unmatched definition make Breakup Infinity the most innovative and effective pattern we've ever produced. Mossy Oak Breakup Infinity. Depth, detail, definition.
Well, it's day 3. We've moved back to the top of the hill. The wind has shifted a little bit more out to the north, so we can hunt here. Been seeing tons of deer up here. A couple of deer I'd really like to shoot. So hopefully they'll come out. It seems like it's a lot hotter today, but yesterday afternoon was awesome. All I can hope for that these deer move just like they did yesterday afternoon and a shooter comes by. Not really worried about the numbers, just looking for a big boy.
Well, I'm in this ground blind and I'm trying to control my scent as much as possible. I've got 2 windows open, just barely. And wouldn't you know it, the good deer from down in the bottom pops out right on top of me.
That's him, that's him.
He's so close, I can't move. Once he gives me an opportunity, just about to draw my bow, wouldn't you know it, he drops right off the hill.
Right over the hill after that.
Well, he drops off that hill, and I'm thinking at any moment, all he's got to do is chase that doe right back in front of me or follow her back around, and I'm going to get my opportunity. But as my luck would have it, no such chance.
Well, got a big CRP, got some planted wheat, got beans all around us. Great funnels, great travel areas for deer. Put a stick out there, put a little buck juice on it. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a hot doe to come in there. And there'll be a buck come to check her out. 30 yards, perfect. Perfect shot. We'll just see what happens. Good deer right there, good deer. That's a shooter right there.
Well, you know, as light begins to fade, the field starts to fill up with deer, and I look off in the distance, and just over a hill, I see horns. A good-looking, mature deer, way too far away for a shot, but a great-looking deer.
With that doe. Man, looks like we could be hitting this right. That deer's very intent on that doe, and I hope, all I can really hope for is that deer comes by here. The doe's probably not quite ready yet, but they're definitely sniffing, checking. Now we got an hour of daylight left. Anything can happen, I'm ready.
And then later that afternoon, I see another really good buck down at the bottom.
You know, time goes fast when you're having fun, and we turn around, man, it's the last day. Don't know where all the time went, but we're down to the wire. Hank Jr. comes to me with a plan. He says, Dad, we see this really, really giant-bodied deer. He's got a great rack, but he is just a mature beast.
All right, so I've been sitting right here, and I've sat down on this blind. And every time I sit at this blind, he ends up here. But every time I sit at this blind, he comes up this draw right here. He wants to come up this little finger, and he comes in about 100 yards out, and he goes right into these woods to bed.
So he's either in the bottom or on the top. If you're in the bottom, he's at the top. If you're at the top, he's in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing?
He may skirt you, and you may not get a chance. He's just enough out of range for me up here, and he's just enough out of range down here. But the only hope that we really have, the only chance, is if you get down here and I get up here. I mean, it's the last day. Forget to win, we'll just go for it. And, you know, it's going to be marginal. It's not terrible.
All right, let me ask you this right here. Joe's he just using me for a guinea pig to push the deer to him?
That's what he's doing, you know.
I don't mind being the guinea pig. I'll take a fall for the team, so I agree to go hunt the bottom blind.
Right here.
That's what we do. That's a plan.
That's a plan.
I like it.
Man, it's time to go for broke. Me and Dad are gonna team up. I'm gonna hunt in the upper blind, and he's gonna hunt in the lower blind. Hopefully one of us will get a chance.
You know, the way this thing works, all these deer migrate and they come through this field and they go up into the woods for bedding areas. So we're strategically set up on the edge of these little food plots as they migrate through, and it's daylight and deer start moving, and guess who shows up? And he's headed straight for Hank Jr. And if I would have been the father that I should have been, I would have never hit the grunt call. Sorry, Hank Jr. When I grunt at this deer, I've never seen a deer respond to a grunt call any better. This deer just turns on a dime, and I mean, he comes jogging.
Wouldn't you know it, that deer, he follows the script right into old Hank Sr. luck. He walks right out in front of him. He grunts him right in. When am I going to get my break?
I think we looked at it back on camera, and I think I made a pretty good shot. I just hit him a little bit low because I lost some energy going through this blind. And I think I just hit him a little bit low.
Well, when Dad shot, he was in a rush. And, you know, there's a big difference between shooting through the shoot-through netting while it's up and all together and tight than hitting that loose fabric at the bottom. You know it had to lose a lot of energy.
There's something hanging out. I don't know. We're gonna go look at the arrow. If there's not a bunch of white hair laying there, we're gonna go look for him. So let the games begin.
Well, we gave it a little over an hour, so we walked up to see maybe if he had crossed the fence, and there he lay. He couldn't get across that fence. He died right there, so we had it.
250 yards up there. The cedar tree I can see now. I can't tell you how many deer old Rick Forrest has helped me with this broadhead. And I can shoot that broadhead again and kill again. That's a great feeling. We've hunted so hard. That is such an awesome feeling. Awesome deer. Heavy, woo, he's heavy. This is the biggest, mature, heaviest deer that we have seen since we've been here. And Hank Jr., he's tough, man. Hank Jr. is responsible for this deer.
So the buck that Hank Jr. is hunting ends up being shot by Dad. You think a man would just let his boy have what he's earned? No, he's gonna take it from him. Right up there eating that ice cream saying, nah, 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 you can't have none.
Love it. Oh, bless his heart. It was not fair, but I'll take it.
I'm going to put my old Missouri tag on him and call my buddy Joe Ream at Blackbird Creek Outfitters, Missouri. How about that?
Hank Parker's Flesh and Blood, brought to you by Come Here, Dare, the revolutionary dare attractant. PSE, experience PSE, experience performance. Welcome back to Flesh and Blood.
This really is the deer that Hank Jr. has been hunting. He's kind of put all his time in on this one big-bodied deer, and now he's got about a half a day, so I told him just go find him another place to hunt, nothing to it.
Well, Dad got the big deer, and my only hope now is to switch up and go to the timber.
This last day here in Missouri, man, it's getting better every day. Got some rain today, so it's making it a little bit tougher, but we decided to come sit in this field, watch it clear out, and then sneak down in the woods, see if we can get on some bucks chasing, or we're gonna go get in the woods, see if we can make something happen on the last day.
Well, as I'm slipping out of this field trying to get to the woods, I see a really good buck bedded down. No shot, no opportunity. So I make my way to my blind as quick as possible because I know at this time of the year, anything can happen. The deer might be on their feet all day long. It's the rut. I'm gonna rattle. I have nothing to lose. Here he comes right to me. Well, he hangs out for just a second, and wouldn't you know it, 2 does are down below us. He turns to chase those does. So I grab up my grunt tube, hit it a couple of times, and he turns and comes right on a dime. He's not going to make it easy on me. He comes out right behind the blind. I've got to turn around and shoot out of one of the back windows. Back. I knew when I touched that trigger off, it was a done deal.
He's going down. Yes. Let's go check it out. I got my safety vest on. We were planning on hunting some stands right down here. The wind wasn't exactly right, so we decided to switch around and come to this ground blind. I'm glad we did. Tell me that's not awesome looking. That's what you want to see. Swiker went right through him. He ran right this way. We'll go check it out. Look right here. Here we go.
Hank Jr., I mean, which never happens. At the last minute, he got a deer.
Look at that. Yeah. Get him out of the grass.
I tell you, I'm pretty proud of my boy Blue. He goes out there and gets the job done with no time left on the clock. It's kind of like a fourth down Hail Mary. He made it.
It's been a tough hunt. This isn't the biggest deer we've seen. It's definitely not a big deer, but that was an awesome hunt. That just grunting them in, pulling him off of those does. Man, it's just getting ready to get started here. And this is the last day of our hunt, but heck, I don't care if it's the last day or what. That was an awesome hunt, and that swacker put it on him.
At this point, Hank Jr. is relieved because there's a deer on the ground. Dad's happy, Hank's relieved. How's that work? Good job to both of you.
What a fun hunt. We put together a strategy that worked for both of us, and we both tagged out.
A lot of fun, and Joe Ream taught me it's not Missouri, it's Missouri.